Morning routines are the most paradoxical thing ever. They're either extremely useless or very useful. It's been trending as of recent, maybe the last couple months. We got Ashton Hall kind of blowing it all up with his banana peel on the face, ice water on the face in the morning, push-ups, lemon water, all this type of shit, right? The truth is, it's just performance art. It looks good on TikTok, it looks good on Instagram. Maybe he does do it, but you don't need to be doing shit like that because it's not gonna optimize your testosterone, your focus, or your mental clarity. It just looks good and kind of sounds good in theory, but there's not really any actual evidence to back why he's even doing that and why you should do that. Because that's exactly why I myself have experimented with many different morning routines, and I finally figured out what is gonna increase my testosterone because I've done so. This morning routine tripled my testosterone, and I'm gonna teach you exactly what I did so that you can increase your testosterone exactly like me. Let me give you a little bit of background here. My testosterone used to be 361. Now it's over 1,000. The morning routine played an extremely important role for me to be able to dial in the entirety of my day. Because I used to feel exactly like how you probably feel right now. I had brain fog, I couldn't focus, I couldn't build muscle, I couldn't lose fat at a rapid pace. Everything was taking forever, it was very slow, and I wanted it to be faster. So that's why I experimented over the last 8 years with all these different morning routines, different workout programs, diet plans, and I found that the morning routine had a very, very, very big impact on my testosterone levels. Now, the first thing that you're gonna want to do, because I'm gonna share a few different things in this video with you of what I've done every single morning over the last year to fix my testosterone. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is every morning you wake up, you need to understand that you're either priming yourself to have higher testosterone levels or to have lower testosterone levels, depending on what you do within the first 5 minutes of the day. I wake up, I don't look at my phone, I don't look at any screens. Your phone has blue light, which raises your cortisol in a negative way. When you go outside in the morning first thing and you get sunlight, which is what I do, you reset your circadian rhythm. So number one, you get good sleep this upcoming night. And number two, you naturally raise your cortisol levels the right way and the right amount. You need to wait at least 45 minutes to an hour before you go on your phone. So if that means you gotta wake up a little bit earlier because you have responsibilities in the morning, then you need to do that. Whatever it is, you have to apply what I'm about to tell you to your own specific scenario. Every single day that I woke up and I went on my phone first thing, because I used to be a doom scroller. I used to wanna watch infinite YouTube videos. My cortisol was so spiked, I had anxiety, I had stress the entire day. As soon as I cut that out and just went outside for the first 10 minutes of my day and got natural sunlight, even if it's cloudy out, you could still do this. The sun is still there. This changed everything for me. My energy was more stabilized throughout the day. My focus was more consistent. I didn't spike my cortisol and my insulin in a negative manner. So this is the first thing that you need to do. Morning sunlight over morning blue light from your devices. The second thing you need to do is you need to get movement before you start stimulating yourself. Now, what does this mean? Well, right, you have responsibilities every single morning. Before you grab your caffeine, before you start texting people back, start emailing people back, doing work, you need to move your body, whether it's stretching, whether it's walking, whether it's pull-ups, push-ups, it doesn't necessarily matter. It just matters that you activate your body. What it does is it primes your nervous system for the day. It's gonna improve insulin sensitivity, and it's gonna help you function at your highest capabilities as the day progresses. Morning movement increases luteinizing hormone, which is directly correlated to production in higher testosterone levels. Every time I skip this part and I say that I don't need to move or whatever it is, I get stressed much easier. I feel more fatigued as the day progresses. I wanna eat more food in the morning and I wanna fucking just cope with my life. This is probably what you're doing. It's a very simple fix. Just move and do something with your body each and every morning. And as soon as you finish your movement, the third thing you're gonna need to do is do some form of grounding. Now, grounding can come in many different ways. For me, I like to do some kind of miniature prayer, a little bit of breath work, and I'm talking simple stuff here, like 5 deep breaths, 30 seconds to a minute of just what am I grateful for? What are the intentions for the day? And then reading 2 to 3 pages of a book that I'm, currently reading, a self-improvement book of some kind, or whatever it is that I'm reading. This grounds me in the present moment for the beginning part of the day so that I can start off on the right foot. You might be asking, well, why does this matter for your testosterone levels? Well, chronic stress is gonna destroy your testosterone levels. And the way that you can create chronic stress is by doing the opposite of what I just said, by not being grounded. Because if you're not grounded, then where are you? You're not here, therefore you're in the future or you're in the past. That always makes you feel more anxious or more depressed. That's the whole idea of staying grounded in the present. And prayer is proven to decrease cortisol and increase resilience. And more importantly than that, it's gonna root you as it roots me in faith and in discipline throughout the day. It's not a productivity hack. It's literally just doing what you were designed to do, what God put you here to do as your masculine essence. It's gonna instill that mission that every man needs to be his best self. For not only himself, but for his family and his kids. Now, leading into the next point, to be the best version of yourself, you need to have that focus, that clarity. One of the easiest way to fuck that up is by eating as soon as you open your eyes. I don't know why so many of you guys do this, because it's not like you get a good feedback loop from it. I'd say most of you, as soon as you eat something in the morning, you probably get a little bit of a carb crash, is what it's called. You feel fatigue and you start feeling tired. If your morning food energizes you, then disregard this point. But every single time that I've ever eaten breakfast, even when it's a good, healthy meal, you didn't earn that meal. Your body's not ready for that meal. So you don't deserve to eat. Do something hard first. That's why I fast every single day until 2 p.m. Every single day. There's only a couple of exceptions where I'll eat earlier, and that's maybe if I work out in the morning or in the early afternoon, then I'll eat my post-workout meal because I've earned my food. Always earn your food. That's one of the easiest mentality shifts that you can have for yourself, and it's also the easiest way to lose weight because you're gonna be in much more of a calorie deficit. Just have a cup of coffee in the morning, wait a few hours after you wake up before you have the cup of coffee so you don't mess up your natural rhythms for the day. Then that'll hold you over for a few hours, and then do something hard, then you get to eat. Simple fix that will change your life. As soon as I started doing that, my testosterone absolutely ripped to the skies. And the fifth thing that I really think that people sleep on is the idea of dopamine and delaying it. Because dopamine is kind of always happening within you. It's just like to the degree at which it's happening is different every time, right? When you scroll on your phone for a few minutes, you get dopamine releases. That's why you like to just go to the next video, because it gives you constant dopamine and a constant feedback loop that you can get kind of lost in and get addicted within. That's one example of dopamine. Another example of dopamine is going to the gym and doing a hard workout, and then after you finish the workout, you get a dopamine surge because you just kind of delayed the gratification. You put yourself through some hard work and some pain, and afterwards you feel accomplished and you feel proud of yourself. That's dopamine in a different sense. That's the idea of what we want to do here with this whole process, because the more you delay dopamine, the more you basically signal to yourself, number one, that you're actually a man, and number two, it signifies this primal fight or flight within inside of you that tells your body to produce testosterone, because you're becoming this like warrior almost, right? Every warrior had high testosterone because they were in a necessity for it, because they had to go to battle, they had to train, they had to fight in a sense. Whatever battles it may have been, whether it was mentally, physically, or spiritually, they were always fighting. Your body wants to help you, but you need to tell your body to help you in these indirect ways. This is what people don't understand. That's why it's so important to tap into this ancestral type of way of living, because this is what kind of everyone used to do. And as we've seen, the modern way of living doesn't get us to where we need to be. If anything, it does quite the opposite. I mean, we've had a 50% decrease in testosterone over the last 50 years. Basically 1% lower every year we keep going. So if you don't want to be a part of those numbers, then just start living ancestrally. And one of the easiest ways you can do that is by delaying your dopamine. And none of this has ever been about building this fancy morning routine. It's always been focused-wise in my head is to figure out how the heck I can be focused throughout my entire day, how I can feel more mental clarity, how I can get my blood work to show above 1,000 nanograms per deciliter testosterone. That's what this whole idea is. And I've been experimenting with this for so long that I finally figured out these simple ass fixes that you can do right now. You can literally implement them tomorrow morning as soon as you wake up. Will you do that? That's completely up to you, my friend, right? The action is on you. I'm giving you the information. You've got to go implement it. But that's the truth. It's not about being fancy. It's not none of that stuff is important. It's just about figuring out what works for you, and this is what works for me, and help me get my blood work to see exactly what I want to see. And it can do the same for you if you try. You gotta just put the effort in. That's the key, right? Now, a morning routine is nothing without a night routine, right? So if you wanna figure out my night routine and you wanna see my dieting, my training, and you wanna actually be able to implement this for yourself so that you can increase your testosterone to even higher levels, supplementation, all these things, you can join my paid community in the description below. It's my school community. I have over 25 plus video modules in there for you, where you could literally get all my tracking sheets that I give my one-on-one clients, thousands of dollars for this shit, giving it to you guys for just 30 bucks. So if you wanna do that and you wanna get more value, go do that. If you don't want any of that, then you can watch this next video that's on screen, where I go over exactly the night routine that I use to 2x my testosterone. Because like I said, without a night routine, a morning routine means nothing, right? The morning routines are only successful because you've set yourself up previous night.